What a
Yeah.
crazy final game between Florida and Houston. I'm going to show the win probability. Robert, is this the biggest choke of all time, or does Florida deserve some credit?
Look, a lot of people can, it all depends on, I guess, many, many things. I would probably think that if you're looking at this from a betting perspective, and that's the way I look at it, that's kind of the way I look at everything. With 15, I'd say about 15 minutes left. Yeah, you're right. They were up 12. It was like 42-30, right?
Yep.
So the Gators had 6 fouls and the Cougars had 2. At that point, I'm thinking the in-game line, I was probably settling Houston almost near double digits as the winner. Eight probably makes about, the right number for the in-game line at that time. Pretty much, you make a number like that, you're pretty much, as a bookmaker, saying it's a wrap. We're good. This is, the way things are, especially with the fouls, Houston just ends up playing their way into a national championship. What happened? Well, we saw what happened, right?
So, my question would be, is Houston's collapse worse than the one they were a beneficiary of in the Final Four? Because Houston was dead to rights before that game, and Duke coughed it up, and then they kind of turned around and returned the favor to Florida. But I give Florida more credit just because it was a little bit slower of a grind to get back into the game. Like Houston went on like a 8-0 run in a matter of like 20 something seconds, and Florida kind of crept their way back into it, which is really tough to do when you think about Houston's defense and how they control the ball. So it's, any national championship game, I think you got to give credit to the team that won. But if you're Houston, that one's a tough pill to swallow, because you definitely choked it. You had it and you choked it.